Hello creatives, welcome back to yet another edition of Wrapped Creative Academy. We are still looking at Adobe Photoshop. Today we are going to be looking at Layers panel. So the Layers panel is the central hub for controlling all layer-related operations in Photoshop. Think of layers as transparent sheets stacked on top of each other, so where each sheet can contain different elements of your composition. So by default, the Layers panel is located in bottom right side of your Photoshop. If you don't have this here, you can get to Window and look for Layers, then it will avail itself. Or you can also press F7 on your keyboard, then the Layers panel will avail itself. So understanding the Layers panel is one of the crucial parts of learning Adobe Photoshop, because actually most of the things rotate around this area. So you have to pay keen attention when working with the Layers panel. So let us start with the Layers panel interface. And in this, we're going to be looking at the key components of the Layers panel. So let's start with the layer thumbnails, this that you see here. So layer thumbnails indicate what type of layer it is. It's actually a small preview showing context for each layer. You look at the text layer having the T on it. You look at this layer showing something different, smart object thumbnail. You look at this layer indicating another layer indicating shapes. Yeah. So this is this layer thumbnail is a small preview showing content for each layer. Then we have the layer names. The layer names, you look at all these layers have something written on them. Some of them have the name, the text written on them. Then you look at another layer on asset 2. So all layers have names on them, and one way you can rename this is by double clicking in the name. Then we give it another name. This is how we do that. Same thing here, just double click in the name and be able to type something different. Yeah. So then we also have layer visibility. So layer visibility is this icon that you see here in front of each and every layer. To click on this, a layer will disappear. And if you want to see only one layer in that whole line, you're going to press Alt and click on the toggle button. So this will enable only that layer to be visible. Then the rest will go off. Still holding Alt, click on it, and the other layers will come back. Then we have lock layers. So lock layers is this padlock that you see up here. This one enables us to reduce or eliminate adjustments on layers. So you can just select it and click on the lock button. So this will show up here. So you can't move it. Even if you click on it, you try to click on it, you'll be selecting another layer. Okay, so let's undo. Then we have layer opacity and fill. So we have opacity and fill. So this control adjusting for transparency. Both of these, layer opacity, it controls the adjustment for transparency. Sorry. Let's look at let's try to click on the text layer, then play with opacity. You see, this will be transparent. Something with fill, let's reduce on that, and you're good to go. Then we have another option or another sector of the blending modes. We are going to have a separate video for the blending modes. It's going to be in our next video, so keep in touch. Invite your friends to subscribe and share this so that they don't miss out. So blending modes show how layers interact with layers below. I'll give you an example. This is a logo, the logo layer. This is it. So let's come here to the blending modes and try to put it in a different mode. Dissolve. Let's try darken. So you can see how this dissolves or blends in the layer below it. And the blending modes, we apply them on the layers sitting on top of the layer. So this is literally sitting on this layer here. It has to be on top of the layer on top is the one that takes on the blending mode. Let's take this back to normal and leave that there. Then we look at the types of layers in Photoshop. So you've seen all the layers here are displaying different thumbnails. Yeah, some of these are showing text or T on them. For example, let's open that. Using this, it has T, so that means it is a type layer. It contains editable text. If you want to make an adjustment on this text, you just double click inside that T and it will highlight the text, so you can be able to edit. So then we have the shape layer. We have a rectangle here, which is this. So we go to the shape layer. So this you can be able to edit its color and edit its stroke color. You can also edit whatever you want, transparency, opacity, blending mode of that shape. So this is a shape layer. That is another type of layer. These ones are vector-based shape layers, vector-based shapes that remain scalable. So then we have adjustment layers. So these are non-destructive layers that apply color, tone, adjustment to layers below. So we can come down here and just choose media brightness and contrast adjustment layer. So in this case, you can make your work brighter, make your work darker. You can also adjust the contrast of your work, of course, using the adjustment layer. Let's get back to layers. It's up here. Yeah. So then you also have 3D layers. So 3D layers just contain 3D bits. You can even turn a layer into a 3D layer. So for example, we can get this the shape behind here, and let's check all that is that. Okay. Then we come to 3D and choose a selected layer. Or another option here, you can wish out the other options later on. Then 3D extrusion, then we say create, give it some time. Okay, so we can rotate this and check out how this circle or the ellipse became a cylinder 3D form. How it created depth and became a 3D layer. Yeah, so that is basically it. Okay, so then the other thing about layers, let's try this out on another work here. So we have other buttons down here, or other options down here, like deleting layers. So this is how we get rid of unwanted layers. And click on this and say delete and delete that. So this is how we remove unwanted layers. The other option is select the layer, then press delete on the keyboard. We have another option of creating a new layer. So this helps us to create an empty layer that you can utilize for anything that you need. Let's delete that as well. Then grouping layers. So grouping layers helps us to create groups out of layers. So at some point you're going to have so many layers in your design, and it gets really irritating every time you see a long list of things that you want to. So this is how we group layers. I'm going to select this, hold down shift, then select that. So these 3 layers are selected. I'm just going to get them, drop them in this folder icon or the group icon. Then I'll create a group out of those. Then when I double click on this, I'll be able to give it a name. When you open the drop down button here, you'll be able to access the layers in your group. And if you want to ungroup them, still just select them, all of them, take them out of the group, just move them outside, above, anywhere outside the group, and they'll leave the group. So the group is here, open and close, it is empty. Then the layers are here. Let's delete that. So this is our group layers. Then we have adjustment layer. This one we talked about it. You have layer masks that helps you to hide or reveal portions of layers. Then we have layer styles. So layer styles, this is where we find things like stroke, shadows, glows, and so many other options. We need a separate video for this to make it more interesting. So then links, of course, this is available. This helps you to link layers, attach to layers and make them linked. So this is only activated when you select 2 or more layers. Then you can link them. Then still we have options. When you select a layer, right click on it. We have most of these options that have been shown here. We can also access them by right clicking on a layer. So we are seeing things like bending options. We can duplicate layers, we can delete a layer, we can create groups from layers. All of these are available when you right click option. Export, quick export as PNG, or export a layer as, then export from layers. So many options that you can access on the right click of any layer. Rasterized layer, you can make it free for edit. You can flip layers. You can then the other way to access more options of layers, still in Photoshop, you can go to the layers tab and you can have all whatever we've talked about: creating a new layer, creating a new group, copying, duplicating layers, deleting layers, copying CSS, SVG, masks, renaming layers, adding layer styles, grouping layers, hide, arranging layers, aligning. That is basically it for the layers panel. In our next video, we're going to be looking at the blending modes. Then after that, we're going to look at the layer styles. Keep in touch. Thank you.
Introducing Wrapped Multimedia Agency, where creativity meets storytelling. At Wrapped, we specialize in bringing your brand's vision to life with stunning visuals, captivating content with professional production quality. Whether it's a corporate video, commercial, or creative project, we craft compelling idealization that resonates with your audience. Let us wrap your story in excellence. Ready to make an impact? Partner with Wrapped Multimedia Agency and turn your ideas into unforgettable visual experiences.